Lovely, lovely weather we're having today. Lovely, lovely looking wagon. The weather was sarcastic. That was not. Man, I love that thing. Guys, we are back at it, obviously on the second channel. And we can't do much in here because all this is in here. We can't do much out here because the weather sucks. I know we require water, rain to live, but I'm not a fan, guys. I just ain't. I hate working in it. I hate feeling it. I don't like nothing about it. I'm not a rain, door slamming, rain kind of guy myself. So what can we do? That is the question. Well, we got the other place, and last week, I think it was, we went to the city and got metal, kind of the behind the scenes action. I realized, one, I didn't even show y'all what all we got, but two, y'all seen me, or Slick and Matthew unload some 4x4 big metal post out there. But long story short, we're just winging it again, guys. We're gonna go do some of what we need to do, but there ain't nothing just super specific that this video's focused on. That 4x4 post, we're gonna use that as legs for part of the loft. We'll probably cut them in half and weld some base plates on where they're halfway kind of ready to go-ish. Then, however, they're going to bolt up top to the loft side. We'll have to figure that out when we get there. Also, being out there, we are getting very close. I'm hoping in the next couple days that we are going to have this body ready to go back on to this chassis. As much fun as it was taking the body off of this, using 19 jacks and jack stands and blocks and, you know, playing Jenga, more or less. Since we have a lift installed out there, we are probably gonna try to figure out if we can get this thing on the trailer out there so we can use the lift to put these two together. And just thought of something else. You know, when it rains, it pours. I don't know why I bought this. So funny enough, that car wash sign came from the next town over. And yeah, I've driven by it probably 1,000 times. And I look up there and I'm always like, man, I wonder what's going to end up happening to that old car wash sign. And I'll be danged if yesterday Slick Fitty didn't call me and he goes, hey, you know that old car wash sign we point out or whatever? And I said, yeah. And he said, would you like to buy it? I said, how much? He said, $100. I am not saying it's the best $100 I've ever spent. That's a big old sign for that price, but it's R-U-F-F. It is rough. Don't know exactly what we're gonna do with it, but it's there, so now we gotta do something with it. I like to dream big. Two things I know I wanna do for sure. Go work on some metal posts, which we ain't got no fabrication equipment out there, so we're about to load up and go mobile. And figure out how to plug in that really long cord to our lift where it's, you know, ready to whoop, whoop, whoop when we need it to. Yeah. Step one, grab your man purse. You want to try this above your freshly painted wheels over here. They call me Ace. Ugh. Like the helpful place. We're gonna get some welding gloves. We gotta get our speed square and just, you know, basic measuring devices. We'll take a flap attack and some cutoff wheels. Now, fabrication wise, we ain't doing nothing over the top. Pretty straightforward. Then same with the, why are y'all staring down there? I'm right here, okay? And then wiring wise, I think just a few screwdrivers and we should be good to go. Probably need a welding helmet. And I think we may just take the old Evolution and see how it likes to play with some 4x4. You want to get buck nasty, old girl? She wants to get buck nasty. What the hey? Come on if you want to play. Taking this with us, it ain't super tricky. Unwrap this, untangle that. Yeah, apparently I'd left my bottle on. Dang! Just last week, I discovered I left the TIG bottle on. Now this one, guys, sometimes I just need to slow down. Well, we ain't out of gas yet, but that didn't help us any. Now, it's been a minute since we've gone mobile. But she is ready to go. Little light thing there. Now, I didn't show them this, but I'm just gonna sneak this in here where they don't even know about that, okay? Ready to load up the U-Haul. I did not sneak anything else into my tool bag there. And I thought we were gonna have to go purchase an electrical connector, but now I don't think we're gonna have to, but we'll talk about that later. Damn twist nut extraordinaire. Hey, good looking. Hey, some of y'all want to know, sorry, I know I'm all over the place, guys, but it is what it is. Some of y'all wanted to know, did I get the O'Reilly's ad done? I mentioned that last week's video. The U-Haul may not look cleaner, but it is, because yesterday I got up at 6 a.m., went and washed it down, got ready. I was at the O'Reilly's bright and early, you know, bless their hearts. The good news is, yeah, I got it recorded. I spent a good, those quick little ads, they still take a lot of time to edit where I get, like, I'm really happy with the clipping and stuff. And anyhow, yeah, I got it sent to the O'Reilly's and they approved. They're super happy with it. So that ad will be part of my next, or this coming up Monday's video. So yeah, it'll be in there. I think they'll run it on like Facebook. I think they run it as YouTube ads. So I've had people tell me they've been watching my video and then my ad pops up. Or even better, they're watching other big YouTubers and then my ad pops up. As y'all watch this other big YouTuber, here's Puddin's Fab Shop to do a little advertising. Y'all come watch me, okay? Y'all know I pretty well use O'Reilly's for like 90-something% of the parts and supplies I get. So heck yeah, it's cool to be able to do an ad for them. When they first approached me and said, you want to do some stuff together? I said, I've been paying y'all since I was 14. I'd love to get paid from you, okay? About damn time. That's what I told them. Y'all probably think I'm playing, but that's one of the first things I told them. Working at the car wash. The car wash, yeah. This sucker's heavy and awkward, yeah. I could have a conversation with the brick wall and be entertained, yeah. Puddin's Handyman Services. No job too large, no job too small. With 4 fingers on one hand, we'll fix them all. Dang, y'all's tough. This door hit y'all with an overhand right like Butterbean in his prime. Y'all took it like a champ, stayed recording. I'm convinced that U-Haul knew I was gonna have one of these one day, and that's why they designed this like this, because they knew I'd need to hold my gas up right. I'm about to find another one of these and turn it into a damn welding truck. I may have locked my key inside the shop last time I was out there, so I gotta get in there somehow. I think I have extra keys. I think I've been storing that one underneath the battery charger since I had it made. I think I had 5 copies of that key made, and that's the only thing I can find. I don't know what I did with the other 4. I don't even know why I'm laughing. This ain't even a laughing matter. For me, it's a problem, okay? It's a legit problem. I cannot believe I still have that. Does anyone remember the video where I said I needed a teaspoon and I cut a spoon into a tea? Terrible joke. We better hold on to that. I honestly don't even know how you lose 4 other keys, but we're just gonna hope this one I found is the one we need. That's good news. That was the right key right there. I'll go have another 4 made where I can lose them too. Oh, looky there, another mouse bites the dust. I don't know if I'm allowed to show y'all them in the trap, so I ain't gonna show you. But I think I've got a total of 7 out here, 5 in the first week and then 2 since then. We've about met our bag and tag for the season. Now here's our sticks of metal. These are 20 foot long. They are 4x4 and the thickness is good old 11 gauge. So not super duper thick, but it ain't thin by any means. Then I meant to get 10 pieces of this and I accidentally only got 5 pieces of it, so that was really smart. This is 1/8 inch and 5-inch wide. And y'all's gonna call me crazy, but I think I'm gonna use that stuff, and that's what I wanna make the baseboards out of for this place. I ain't even playing, I'm serious. I wanna drop it down to the ground where I know it's touching the concrete pretty well along there. And yeah, we'll screw it to the wall. It'll be good thick protection, anything hitting the wall down there. And maybe before we do that, we silicone behind it first. My main concern is keeping sparks and arcs from rolling, you know, down to the what do they call it? Bottom plate, getting to the bottom plate. You know, you get one just kind of smoldering there, and you leave, and 2 hours later you look out here and the shop's on fire. What do y'all do for prevention to that? Okay, what are some good ideas here? I'm sure people's voiced them before, but I'm asking for some ideas. I know people's gonna say you don't want to seal it with silicone because then it don't let like air in or something dry. I've seen people say that, but guys, I mean, I understand there's always moisture in the air, but we ain't washing diddly in here, so there's never really gonna be circumstances where we're voluntarily letting water run along the walls in here and stuff. Like that don't happen. We don't have enough snow to deal with problems like that. You know, yeah, maybe a car comes in wet, but the water, it drip drops down on the concrete, we'll brush it outside. Oh, Benson, open my door for me, please. I feel like a billionaire having them automatic door openers. Those make me feel so uptown. I'm so used to heave-hoeing mine around, busting springs and everything else. Oh. Right here I got a potato sack. In this potato sack we got some base plates here. These look like 3/16 thick. They've already got 4 1/2-inch holes punched in them. And these things were, I say they're cheap, but at like, you know, $6 a piece. To me, it ain't worth cutting the metal, drilling the holes. Not when you can just weld it on and go. Gotta pick and choose those battles. My good, classy, upbeat equipment here. Yep. Now this welder, it has a 110 adapter. It's a quick little disconnect thing on the back of the cord. Pop that apart, pop on your 110 adapter, screw it back together, your GUD good to go. I made it all the way out here just to realize that I forgot my adapter at the house. That's not actually 20 foot long, it's 20 1/2. We divide that by 2, we need to cut it at 10 1/4. Whatever we cut last time was at a 45. We dang sure don't want these at a 45. Come on, baby, be good to me. Oh, like a good woman, you want to lock her down. This pretty heavy duty looking extension cord came with the place, so we'll put her to work. Yeah, she ain't that low profile, is she? We'll head out here and see if we can find us some scrap wood. Now, I had a ton of wood, but I finally got a dumpster. So we had a huge pile of scrap wood right here, and yeah, as you can see, it's gone. What was here fit almost perfectly, just exactly flush across the whole dumpster. So yeah, instead of us having that dumpster for months on end like I told y'all, we kind of accumulated it all in one big pile. I filled it up in one dumpster, had a couple kids come out here for a couple hours and help me, and yeah, we saved some money that way. And I got to put some money in some kids' pockets for working hard instead of you know, just paying to constantly have a dumpster sitting here. Now we're getting close to sheetrock, which is why there's one over there now. Luckily there's enough couple blocks here that we'll probably be able to make something work. That right there's perfect for this end, and that's near perfect for this end. I should have brought Looby Dooby, I did not, but this metal is pretty oily, so let's see how she does here. This thing was cooking through. When it makes it to the bottom side, it did slow down a hair, but all in all, it did it in about 25 seconds. Now, I'm not sponsored by them, but guys, I just let y'all know it's a good saw. A subscriber, actually a whole family sent it out to me, so I don't remember their name because it's been probably close to a couple years, but still, thank you guys. Man, it just cuts so clean. It's impressive. When I seen these in person, they look fine because the metal tubing wasn't there, but Now that I see how big that is, these may not be big enough. Ooh, it's gonna be close. Them corners dang near touch them holes. What we could do though is we could come to these corners and we could draw straight lines going this way and basically slot it out here, because we're gonna clamp that down. All of our weight is gonna be on these being vertical. So when we clamp these down here, it's just to keep the bottom from sliding in and out. It's just to hold that in place. What if we put some rotation in the situation? Then that kind of turns those into tabs where they stick out there quite a bit. That would definitely work. I don't think it would be as aesthetically pleasing. I definitely like how that looks better. Maybe getting a little distracted here. But I'm trying to tell if I would absolutely hate having a pole right there, because we could do one in the middle, one along the wall. Or we've entertained the option of dropping a pole here, dropping a pole there, spanning something between it, and then tying the loft into it so a pole don't drop here, obviously keeping this open. I don't know how often we're gonna come between here, but if there was a project we needed to roll between here for whatever reason, obviously that not being there would make our life a lot easier. I think if we could do it without having a pole there, that's our best bet. It may cost a hair more, and it's not gonna be much more because we already got enough to make the 2 poles. So it's gonna basically be whatever we need to span that, 24-ish foot, say. That's about the difference it's gonna cost. It's probably a $500 maybe, let's just say, okay? That's just throwing a number out there. So for $500 now, whatever the labor is for them to set that up instead of just sitting one in the corner, or us sitting one in the corner, to save that pole out of our way for the next decades. That kind of goes back to like the transformer situation we talked about last week. Yeah, it costs extra to put it over by the fence, but it keeps it out of my front yard, which keeps me happy. And I think in this situation, we kind of got to do the same thing. We got to see if we can do it without the pole there, that's what we're gonna do. This concrete's not perfect, it ain't level. And it dang sure ain't over in this corner neither. If we do end up with a pole right here, we're definitely gonna block our outlet, that's good. Which if we line up with that, we'll also be blocking our outlet here, that's good. We don't want power over here anyhow. I think for right now, until we figure this out more, we can cut pieces to length in those 10-foot sections for over here, but I don't think we need to do anything else, or I think we'll have to possibly undo what we've done. That sucker gets heavy quick. That one was definitely faster. I'd say by at least 5 seconds worth easy. When I made it to the bottom, instead of letting it stop me, I told it who's boss and kind of gave her a little extra, and whoop, there she went. I'm antsy to get this going, which is why I'm out here trying to be proactive about it. But honestly, guys, I kind of got to wait on the people who's gonna actually build the loft, set the beams and stuff. We got to wait. I want to be able to do it right now, but the smart thing to do is be patient, which is hard for me sometimes. I did let our builder know, I've kind of stopped in here until we get the loft done though, because we still need to paint some in here, but I'm not gonna do that until the loft's ready for paint as well. There's some more wiring I want to change up, but same thing. Once we add a loft, we're gonna need lighting and stuff underneath there, so there's really no point of like our cabinets. They're probably gonna end up underneath the loft as a little workstation, so now it is starting to get rainy out, so like I said, that'll probably get them in here hopefully quicker, even though it's I gotta put up the rain. You give some, you take some. We wasted a lot of time this morning. Now we did also come out here because this thing is not wired. We got 3 wires right there. Now this place did come with this monster cable, and this thing is a monster. This feeds it right here. It is off. Good gracious, guys, that's a 100-amp panel. We could take that end off of there and we could just wire it to our wires there. We can turn on our panel over here. That thing's gonna have power. We can pick up what we gotta pick up. We can set down what we gotta set down. We'll do that just with some wire nuts where it's gonna be temporary for one job. So yeah, I think we can make that work. Looks like we twist that. Never been into one of these, but I've worked on kind of similar stuff out at the factory. Man, that's some monster wire. One, we ain't got an Allen wrench. Two, we ain't got damn twist nuts that damn big. Close the hood. That'll keep sawdust out from there. I can't even roll up my window because I ain't got window cranks. What if we go for a little stroll in the pasture? It does look like we have one right here and door right here. Maybe this will help us do a little cranking. I have to do something about these door panels. For right now, it'll keep the sawdust out of it. Those aren't the lightest things I've ever huffed around. This sucker has its own pump and water heater. Honestly, it's kind of overkill. We're not going to hook up any of that baloney. But I have thought about making this like a parts washer type thing where we could take a top off of it and be able to wash parts in here. We could put a little system in down there to recirculate it or something. Or we could buy a parts washer because they're super cheap, especially at like the Harbor Freight. And we could make a top cover for like that. And anytime we wanted to soak parts, we could put it in bins and just hide it underneath there or something. Of course, we could do that in a parts washer too. So I don't know. What do y'all think? What's your opinion on that cabinet or sink, whatever? Now that thing looks a hell of a lot cooler than a parts washer, so I'd like to do something with it. This thing's got some sparkling stripper dust on the top of it. I'm gonna get home, my wife's gonna be like, where you been? I'm gonna be like, I swear that glitter come off the top of them old cabinets. She'd be like, yeah, right, tell it to someone else. I promise, baby, I was just moving cabinets in the shop. At least it gets them out of their way. Some solid progress we've made there. Now, I don't know how in the hell we're gonna get that large car wash sign off the trailer. But, undoubtedly, if I do not find a way to get it off there, something's gonna become available where we need the trailer, and then I will have to figure it out then, and I won't have time to figure it out then. So basically, I'm saying if what I was wanting to do out here is a flop, we ought to figure out how to get that off our damn trailer. Just measured across there, it looked like about 106 inches. If it fits, it's gonna be damn close. It's a good thing we got a nice straight shot for backing in here. This is also where it's nice not having depth perception and no one to help you. We're doing decent. I think, God bless America. I got my knife, that's good. I totally forgot to bring the Allen wrench. I'm just on a roll today because I've also somehow lost my wallet somewhere, which is good. Power's off. See if we can't destroy our strippers here. Here we go. There's the 3 wires we're after. Once again, I do not recommend anyone to do what I do. Here's how Puddin' burnt down his new shop. Well, son of a butternut squash. Guess what don't reach? My, oh my, what do we got here? Here at Puddin's Electrical Services, we've been known to have the hassle-free wire guarantee. If every electrical job ain't performed with quality with a capital T, you are guaranteed to get your money back hassle-free. I know good wiring when I see it. Our big yellow cable that's feeding here, the black and the red, that's our hots, okay? They're gonna be around 110, 120 a piece. When you have 2 of them, that's how you get 220, 240-ish. Our green right here is our ground, and our white would be our common. Now up here we got 3 wires. We got our green, which we know is our ground, And then each one of these need to be a hot. So we got to hook up our black to black, and we'll hook up red to white. But if you're unsure, you definitely need to consult with a professional like myself before doing this yourself. Little strain relief there, see? It holds the weight. Now we just got to make our connections. She's ready to go live. Just for fun, we stood over to the side. Next, we're ready to test. That's good. Both fuses are good. We're feeding in here. That's obviously feeding through this. We got a double 100 amp right there. That's off. Oh, baby. We're going now. Due to our expert wiring job, we want to be real careful right in this area. Probably should have taped those ones up. Wish I could find my wallet, but at least we made it. Hey, I made it. I'm the world's greatest. Let's see what happens here. Not much happens because that's as high as it goes. I thought we were going to get a little more than that. I knew we weren't going to get much. I was hoping it's going to be where we could like block it and reattach, but boy, we are just in a bad spot here. I got an idea. You know, sometimes guys, you gotta pick and choose your battles. That sign's big, rusty, crusty. It's ugly. It's not even that good of a sign, if I'm being honest. And I ain't got a way to huff it around. I shouldn't have got it. Hey, to be fair, when Slick called me and told me he found that thing, he did say it was like 4 foot by 14 foot. And that is a little bigger than that. I knew I'd figure out a way to unload it. Hell. Well, she's gonna be a good sign, but not no more. I was trying to convince myself I really liked that sign, but I really didn't, guys. And I don't want the problem of huffing that thing around. It was a quarter-ass sign at the best, and all the work it needed, it ain't worth it. All I got out of the deal was a life lesson, because I bought something I didn't need. I don't have time to mess with that I don't need. And yeah, I should have known better. I got some dirty boots out of the deal. Dirty boots and a life lesson. Show you, I got it off my trailer.
You got done with it?
Yeah, I was over it. That thing is a pile of crap. Man, nothing. That thing was rough. I was trying to make myself like it, but I didn't even like it. Oh, buddy. Found some more in the cross member, I see. The rot that just don't stop. That's the problem with doing rust repair. Classic rust. Well, it looks like you're making this truck a dump bed.
Yeah.
Well, this baby is a dump bed. We could have put the sign in the back of it and just dumped it at the house. All right, there it is. Luckily for me, my standards are always pretty low for the second channel videos. Today did not go as I wanted it to, and halfway through the day, I pretty well made up my mind that as long as I got my trailer empty, I'd be happy. And guess what? The trailer's empty. I kind of feel like I wasted a day. I did validate and dismiss a couple ideas, which is a good thing to do. But more importantly than anything, I did make that O'Reilly's ad yesterday. I've been putting that off for months, or at least a month now. I thought it was just a couple weeks, but I looked when they originally asked me, and it's been over a month. Woo! Come on, baby. My wife just called me. A kid up at the high school needs a jump. We're going to grab the jump pack, go help him. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all the support. I think probably next week-ish, we're going to look at doing some release of some new-ish merchandise. ish. I hope you learn not to buy something big, ugly, rough, and crusty that you don't need in your life. I'm on the Instagrammer, I'm on the Patreon, and I gotta go right now. I will see you guys next time, but do not forget, sitting on your ass won't finish your project. Hot damn, there's so much BSery, we had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puddin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on!